T-Mobile may have changed the entire world for the cellular market, and TikTok may have a beef with Apple. Aloha everyone, my name is Keli'i with Ohana Reviews, and thanks for joining me today on this quick little video. Now, on Ohana Reviews, we do a lot of tech review stuff, but today we're also going to be just getting into tech news with things that could affect you in the near upcoming future and how it's going to affect you long term. This is also the go-to place to find out if you can save money on new camera, gear, tech, the list goes on with your future purchases. But today, let's dive into some news. T-Mobile and Starlink have created an exclusive partnership to be able to provide their customers, T-Mobile customers, with the ability to connect and stay connected from anywhere. Now, Starlink, if you are unaware, is a tech business industry that shoots satellites up into the sky and provides their customers with internet service pretty much anywhere their satellites are floating. So now we've pretty much have gotten full access to the entire US market when it comes to Starlink within, the state's regulations and rules. And then of course around the world as well, Starlink is accessible to many, many countries. And the list continues to grow. Now, how does this affect a lot of you guys out there? I've got a couple of questions here that may answer your questions that you might have. So stick around just in case I answer the questions that you might have so you stay up to date and informed. Now, first of all, how does this revolutionize the way that we interact with our cellular devices? There are many, many people, myself included, who have still used our cellular devices in everyday situations. We go camping. We go for road trips. We go out on a boat or a cruise. We fly over to visit family members, travel, and just enjoy the world. In a lot of those scenarios, we find ourselves without cellular service. Maybe we need to make a phone call, get an important text message, check an important email. And I understand there is a lot of value to being disconnected. I definitely get that, so don't get me wrong on this next part. But moving forward, this makes it so that you can stay connected pretty much from anywhere. This brings in so much access for people who want to stay connected and want to be connected and be able to have all of those conveniences that they would normally lose with a regular T-Mobile plan or cellular plan to begin with just regular tower services. So this would revolutionize the way that people can stay connected in these poor areas of service, which is phenomenal. Now, what does this mean for the current T-Mobile user? If you have the Go 5G plan, you're in. You don't have to do anything extra. You're going to gain access as long, well, actually, I think technically you go into your T-Mobile app and you activate it and it's free. So if you're a Go 5G member, you're good. You're good. Just go ahead and activate it inside of your little section there and you're good to go. Now, if you are not activated within a Go 5G or more plan, you can get the service added to your plan for $15 a month, or obviously you can upgrade. That's at least what I found. Long term, how does this affect us and change the way that we interact with our devices and our cellular capability? Like I mentioned earlier, this really just brings access to a lot of those areas that had poor service connection. Now you're going to have full connection without a drop of a dime. And of course, I'm really interested to see how this affects people's interactions with things like downloads. Are we going to see a massive drop in downloads because of the fact that now people can just stay connected and continue to use their services that they would normally do at home on Wi-Fi or within places where they normally just have full service, watching YouTube, or maybe you're still on the TikTok or something. That brings me to my next point. TikTok having a beef potentially with Apple. Now, here's the thing. TikTok is available to download in the US again. That's right. They're not just unblocked. They are actually available to download in the US again if you have an Android device. That's right. TikTok is not available to download on iOS devices yet, but they are available in the US on Android devices. And this might affect you in some very minor ways, but this is pretty massive stuff for content creators, people especially who have been posting and uploading to TikTok for years now, no longer have to go through the three-step process of creating, uploading to their computer, and then posting on the computer as well. They can do it all from their mobile devices, or their Android mobile devices in this case. And then, honestly, this might affect the way that some people make purchases. Now, it sounds silly to some of you watching. It sounds silly to me too, but as a person who is aware of the content creation game and the space and how some people actually make their living off of content creation, there's this thing that pulls at me that tells me more and more people may be getting interested in a Samsung or a Google device, an Android device in general, just so that they can download that TikTok app to be able to upload and create their content on that platform, because it does provide for them in a certain form of way. I mean, overall, does this affect you if you're an iPhone user, an Apple user? Probably not, unless you're somebody that's looking to consume more TikTok videos. Then I would say, yes, this does immediately affect you, but long term, things may change under the current administration, with Trump trying to get somebody else to purchase TikTok, and they're in terms of negotiation, but I don't really know the full story there yet, but could be a future video. Let me know in the comment section if it should be a future video. As a consumer myself, I have been aware of a lot of these things. I've looked into potentially getting new services, because things like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, they constantly change the contracts, and it says within the contract that they can change it whenever they want and change your price, make you pay more. List goes on based on services. So seeing these services is really exciting. Obviously, I'm not a T-Mobile user currently, but I was in the past, and they had some really cool stuff. And of course, when it comes to the whole entire thing with TikTok, it's around still. It never really truly left. It was gone for not even a full 48 hours, and it was back available to the US market. So give the video a thumbs up if you learned something new. We appreciate your time, folks. We will see you on the next one. Mahalo and aloha. Chee.